I'm done. Figure it out. That next morning, I got a text message. I went to bed defeated that night. I went to bed really tired. I went to bed feeling like I failed the wilderness and that I was probably going to stay in this wilderness and wander for a really long time because God wasn't pleased with my reactions. So what I did was I went to bed that night, and then that next morning, I got a text message. From Yasmin. Sonny and I don't share things with people. So when people speak to us, we know it's God, because we don't share our problems. It's not us. And that's why sometimes I try to ask people to have a little bit more patience with him, because sometimes they think that he's just being really snippy or really mean. The reality is that sometimes you have to think, man, what is Sonny going through today? You know? So Monday morning, I got a text message from Yasmin, and it was a really simple message. You know, Yasmin's always funny because whenever she speaks a word, it's like, dude, I have no idea if this makes any sense. But, you know, one day she's going to just be like, hey, this is for you. But this, right now, she's still training, right? So on Monday, I get this text message. I don't know if this makes any sense, and if it doesn't, I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. But God said to do it. Just do it. And I look at this text message, and I'm thinking, Sonny told her. Freaking Sonny. No, So I'm looking and I text her and I'm just like, all right. So I feel good. I'm starting to feel really good. So I'm starting to feel, okay, all right, I can do this. The wilderness is almost done. We're good. And then Thursday night, I come home and I cry again. And I feel like, Sonny, I'm going to lose my job, man. The mistakes I'm making, they're dumb mistakes. I've been here 3 years. I've never done that before. I'm going to lose my job. And you're going to have to figure it out. Tell me that you can figure it out. Tell me that if I lose this job right now and we lose this house and we lose everything, you will fix the problem. I don't have to worry about that with Sonny. Sonny will do whatever it takes to make sure that me and the kids are taken care of. But I doubted him. I wanted him to tell me, I got you, and he wouldn't. I wanted him to tell me, don't worry. No, all he kept saying was, you're not going to lose your job. I wanted him to tell me it was okay for me to quit. That's what I wanted. And he wouldn't say it. Tell me I can quit my job. Nope. You're going to stay in this job for a long, no, God said you're staying here for many, 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 many years. And I was like, you don't understand. Do you understand the pressure I have? Not only am I responsible for myself, but your brother's coming. By the way, his brother's coming. His brother's coming April 1, and he will be the security guard.
Oh, come on now. Wow. Getting a salute.
Yasmin's having trouble believing this right now. So when you drive in the gate, he'll be sitting in the booth. Who invited you? You know who I am. I'm here for church. Are you sure you're here for church? He'll be here April 1, and let's just give God praise for that, because that's a blessing all by itself. But so Thursday, I just feel the pressure of everything, and then my brother-in-law's messaging me things, and everyone just messaging me things, and my dad is calling me my dad calls me at the most random times about the most random things. Like, Dad, it's 1 o'clock. I'm at work. What do you want from me? I just want to talk. I said, all right, Dad, what do you want? I'm just wondering. I just want to let you know that, if you ever need help, just tell me. Dad, all right, things. I got to go. Bye. Dad, I'm music saying, no, bye. My mom texts me like the most random. I love you, but my mother-in-law texts me, Jackie, are you busy right now? No, it's 9 a.m. I'm at work right now. My mom's texting me, can you go on Amazon and order this toy for Serenity because Eric had one last week? And Mom, it's 10 a.m. I'm at work right now. Can you go on Amazon and order it? Holy cow. What would they do without me, right? What would they all do without me? I hope I'm the last one to die. They're going to all be in trouble.
You are.
So Thursday I had my breakdown again. Friday, Saturday, I was with Yasmin. We spent some time together. I'm going to just throw this out there real quick. Always fellowship with the people in the church.
Amen.
Come on.
Pick someone. Pick someone. Yasmin and I, we go have dinner. We talk, we laugh. You know, pick someone. Talk to someone. Call them, text them, whatever it is that you need. So, this past Monday, Sonny told me that he was going to... Sonny told me that I made it through, I got through the wilderness, and that I passed it. I was like, awesome, great. Where's the confirmation? Friday, I got the confirmation, and guess what, guys? I made it.
Amen.
I'm done. And God deserves praise for that. So I'm just going to go through these 3 points really quick. Like I said, I'm not a preacher, but I just want everyone to understand that the experiences that I have, it's relatable to everybody. Okay? So let's go through 3 points real quick. Number 1, the wilderness is necessary. We have to go through it. In order to get to our promised land, we have to go through the wilderness. We have to walk through it. It's not going to go away. The wilderness brings elevation. How many of us remember that Jesus walked through the wilderness for 40 days? God allowed the devil to tempt Jesus. Jesus had all the right to use his power. All of it, but he didn't. He didn't. He walked through it. And when he got out of the wilderness, he was hungry. I'm going to tell you guys, I haven't stopped eating this weekend. All the weight I lost, I'll probably gain double. I'm hungry all the time. Because I was so tired. God requires us to go through it because it's in the wilderness that he is able to see how faithful we are to him and the call. When we went through our wilderness in 2012, our servanthood was number 1. We didn't give it up. In Deuteronomy 8:2, it says, remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the wilderness these 40 years to humble and test you in order to know that was in your heart whether or not you would keep his commands. Guys, I don't know if you're in a wilderness or if you're starting one or if you just got through one or if you are in one, but just be faithful to what God has required you to do.
Amen.
That's it. Number 2, the wilderness will be lonely.
Amen.
I have the most supporting husband in the world. I have the most supporting family in the world. I have the most supporting in-laws in the world. I have the most supporting church in the world. I have the most supporting boss, friends, whatever. I have the most amazing everything in the world. But no joke, you still feel alone. There's nothing that they could say. As much as I want to believe my husband, because Sonny speaks over me all the time, and it's such an encouragement, I couldn't trust his words. I had to only listen to God. And it got to a point in my wilderness where God stopped talking. Because I just kept talking myself. And God said, listen to me. So, he needs us to only hear his voice. He needs us to ignore. When Moses was walking in the wilderness with the Israelites, God required him to climb the mountain. So they could talk. And he would talk. He makes us question the people around us. The reason why Sonny and I are so private about our struggles is because people may seem like they're praying for you, but really what they're doing is they're praying against you. Your pain brings them happiness. They want you to fail. So God says in your wilderness, you need to listen just to me. Because whatever everyone else says over here, you don't know the intention of the heart. Be wise, guys. Be wise. Now, I'm not saying not to share it all because you have to. Sometimes God uses other people to speak in your life. Sometimes God will use a person. Go to a person that you trust, that you know is for you, that encourages you even when you fall, even when you have nothing, they are still standing with you. That's who you go to.
Amen.